And Chronicles is one of those books of the Bible that we call history because it's basically a narrative account that tells the story of Israel's past. And Chronicles goes through and recounts each of the kings who ruled over Israel and Judah. But in chapter 16, the chronicler, he takes a break from the narrative story and he inserts a poem. It's a song of thanksgiving that comes to us by King David. And he wrote it because the Ark of God's covenant was being returned to Jerusalem. So if you remember, the Ark was basically a sacred box that only the priests could handle. And in this Ark was housed in the holiest part of the tabernacle. They called it the Holy of Holies. And it was the place where God would meet with Moses. God lived on top of, he sat upon the top of that box. It was known as the mercy seat. He met with Moses there. And inside the sacred box were the stone tablets of the law that Moses had received from God. These tablets that God himself had written upon. And they resided inside this Ark of the Covenant. And so as David rejoices over the coming of the ark to his city, he writes this song of thanks. And in verse 27, he says, "Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and joy are in his place." Right? So here is Kedva again. And again, it is tied to strength and joy. Those aren't normally two ideas that we put together. But here in Scripture, it's tied together twice over, right? Strength and joy. The joy of the Lord is your strength. There's embedded in this word a sense of resilience, right? We can endure, we can persevere because we're not simply happy, giddy, cheery people. We live in the joy of the Lord, and that makes us strong. It makes us strong. Joy is not a giddy word, it is a gritty word, right? It stands among the rubble and persists. Joy does not need mistletoe and hot cocoa. Joy does not need a living room filled with wrapped boxes. Joy does not need another slice of pie, but joy comes from the Lord. And it makes us not just happy, but strong as well, strong enough to endure. Okay, joy is gritty.